Bonjour, good evening everyone. I want to welcome you to this new episode of Intimate Conversation with Ilanit. This is your place for spiritual topic, question and answer, also mindful and intuitive guidance. You are more than welcome to come live during the show. I always come with some teaching, a topic to discuss, which you can participate or simply, to come and sit with me, just to maybe get some clarity about what you are in your own spiritual journey in your life. So let me tell you, for whoever is listening, I am Ilanit Friedman. I'm a mindful and intuitive life coach. I'm the founder of IC by Ilanit, which allowed me for more than 25 years to share my guidance via posts on Facebook, but also on one-on-one coaching session where I mix different modalities for my classic background in education, psychology, and human sciences, but also the more spiritual side of me, which started when I was a young girl. And that led me toward different tools, different modalities, beautiful teachings from all over the world to really being able to serve and participate to that awakening of our world, a more elevated, more mindful community, and eventually the revelation of endless love, light, and unity among us, children of God and the divine. So I have to be honest with you. I've been joining this platform a few months ago already, being part of this group of two beautiful souls, Joseph Robuto, known as a very special medium here, located in South Florida. Kristen as well, always so eager to share her love, her insight, her intuitions, on helping people really living their best life to be rooted into the here and the now. And it's been a beautiful journey for me at the beginning, especially. I felt that it was really the opportunity to get to a new level of what I've been doing for so long, which was a little bit seemingly open and on the reveal side of what I've been doing. I'm sorry for that. Sorry, I'm still recovering from a cold. And but I am the type of person that I'm so sorry. This is a first live TV. So I'm very committed person, and all my life, without any reason, but just the mental commitment that I did. If I decided to show up once a week, I will do it. So sorry. But for some reason, I woke up already this morning and I was really battling, should I come or not? And I was really wondering how many people out there in life sometimes have those moments but they're not sure, should I stay or should I go? Waking up and doubting suddenly what they've been doing, wondering if you're worth it, wondering if they should stick into the relationship or they should leave the work that they are actually working. And it creates many turmoil because in those kind of moments, we can very much notice the chitty chatter that is happening in our head and kind of the arguments between the different voices that are happening. Yes, you should, no, you should not, and kind of constantly going back and forth like a ping pong game where we find all the reason why yes we should go, not we should not go, and it's draining because especially when we are in a world where we try to have more insights, spiritual insights, and trying to commit to the bigger pictures and trying to make the choices that will allow us to fulfill our purpose or destiny and what is the best choice, knowing that at the end of the day, God is involved in every aspect and eventually will take us always in the right place. But sometimes there is this kind of fight internally, like we're not sure anymore. And there's equally uh, really reason why we should go right or we should go left. And and so this voice that is happening inside of us is really sometimes messing up with us, really telling us that we're not sure, and we become paralyzed and we become filled with all those emotions that are eventually driving us mad. So this I thought was really one of the things that I wanted to be the focus of tonight in one aspect, and the intention. So I would like to invite whoever is watching. Let me see who's there. I'm going to read. I see I have one comment here. Christina is here. Hi, Christina. Wonderful to have you in. If you want to come live, you know what to do, I believe. Okay. And I see we have more viewers. Send a message. Okay, here is the thing. Depending from what place you are listening to the show, if it is a private profile, even if you send a text message, I'm not getting it, only from a private page, which means either my page at IC by Ilanit on Facebook or Joseph Robuto's page or the group of Noname. So that would be nice to interact with any of you, whether live here in the studio or just through messages. You know, it's always makes things much more fun and sense of circuitry of energy. But in any case, I'm going to go on with what I was saying. So I would like to set the intention for tonight for whoever is listening right now or maybe later on, or just putting it in the universe, and because knowing that energy never gets lost. So the intention for tonight, in regard to those moments where we feel pulled in any direction, the mantra that we're going to use tonight is, okay, Krishna, stay here. I'll take you right after, okay? So just to take a deep breath in and out, and saying to ourselves, I remain quiet. I anchor myself in the here and now. That's so nice. I really think this is the best gift you can do for yourself, for a friend, a little gong, and it clear your mind. So you want to come in, Christina? Yes? Good. Okay. You need to unmute yourself.
Hi.
How are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm getting there. I was sick the past few weeks. I was telling people, I think with this whole situation we went through with coronavirus, trying really to stay as much distance at home with a mask. Not everybody got as many colds, so suddenly you get a cold and you feel like it's the worst things that happen.
Right.
But yeah, getting there, and now is summertime. This is what I was saying. I didn't know if I would come because I just felt even last week there was nobody trying to come in. I said maybe we need to take some break, or I don't know what people are doing. Are people going vacation? The kids are maybe off from school. Like for me, it's the opposite. I have two teenagers and I have a 8 years old, which I homeschooled this year. So I registered her to a camp. So suddenly it's the most private time I had in a year and a half. So,
Right.
so tell me, how have you been?
Good.
Good. Any change in work and new doors opening? What have you been up to these days?
Um, to me, it doesn't feel like a whole lot. Or well, I've been trying to stay away from negative people or people that drain me and stuff. I've been laying low. I
Okay,
just mostly
that's
I mostly go to work. I have one good friend that I've been hanging around with, and
okay.
she's really good. She's positive, and she's a spiritual person, or she love we can talk
Yes,
because there's a lot of people I can't talk to, that
right.
don't understand this and stuff. So
I hear you.
yep.
Well,
So
listen, having one friend, my best friend, we've been like really, we know that we are like sisters at the level of our soul. Uh, I said, my life has been good and I've been through all the things that I was able to go through because I had her, and to have one friend is the precious gift that you can have, really somebody that, like, then you realize you don't need millions of people. You just need somebody that can sense you, that you can be yourself with, because it's such a difficult thing, even, with your partners in life. Sometimes they just, we don't understand each other sometimes. And it's nothing to do with love. It's sometimes we are vibrationally different. So for whatever reason, we are together. Same with family. We chose each other. But on a vibrational level, sometimes it's so tiring because you cannot, it's like, I always say it's like the Tower of Babel. It's like sometimes it feels that we don't talk the same language. I say something and people understand something else. So yes, if you find somebody that you feel close to, cherish it and really do what you do to keep it, rolling, because it's something that we need, especially as women, to kind of have a sense that we can verbalize.
yep,
So
correct.
So since last I saw you, like I said, for me, it's been also a journey because when I started as a young girl to know that there was a journey, a spiritual journey where I was supposed to be part of and to be a mediator in, I experiment with different things. And through my life, there's certain things that I decided to discard because it was not really aligned with the bigger picture of who I am or where I come from. But somehow, since I came on the show, I revisited the idea maybe to use tools that allowed me to tune in and not doing tarot, but using more meditation card and empowerment card. Really, I started to realize that it gives me more abilities, beside the charts and readings that are much more, I say, scientific in some ways. So since last we spoke, I got a lot of new deck, which are also tools. So are you willing to try this with me today?
Oh yes. Yep.
Okay, so like I said, from the beginning that I started, I always introduce and greet people saying Bonjour Friends. And I said there's a reason behind it because Bonjour was a reminder from where I'm from and my past, which not was always easy back in France. And Friends is where I'm leaning to in the future to see all the people, all the souls becoming friends again. So, so I always want the space, even when I work with people, to know is a sacred space of friendship. And so you can visualize that you and me sitting at a coffee table,
Right.
okay, and inviting the divine, inviting God, inviting whoever, for people they have saints or they have, righteous soul that they feel drawn and connected to take part of this and to come give us some messages and some thought about where we at. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. Okay. Right. And now I'm gonna do this one. Okay. And here. Okay. Okay. So so I'm told, this deck give crystals, and we know that each crystal can be used as a healing therapy and also telling you about your soul. So you receive calcite. I think I should have one here, but yellow calcite or green calcite, yellow in this case. It's telling me that right now you're in a time of your life that there is a lot happening, that is this busy time, is a time of multitasking. And it's like somehow you need to give your attention to different aspects of your life, that you are forced somehow to kick a notch of, okay, uh, I need to make sure I give energy to all the different things that I need, myself, my work, my family, the people that need. And it's kind of a juggling act. Okay. And it become, but the key is always that, and I always tell, why did God choose to say that, is even say that is the ultimate goal for everything that we go through, is to love your neighbor as thyself. Why not just love your neighbor? As thyself is because you need to be the barometer of everything that is happening outside of you. How do you care of your body, of your mind, of your soul? And when you do the work internally, you also understand how you balance things with everyone else. So it's always to constantly remind yourself that you are a microcosmos. And every time you need to make sure you create an environment within yourself that is balanced. And so it's funny because in the class that I was preparing today, it was really this idea of how when you are so push and pull different direction, you're not sure anymore. You need to go back in
Mhm.
and you need to ask yourself, who are you? And you need to connect to that true you, not what's your name, who your parents are, who's your husband, what do you do, who are you? And if you can, we can work, and this is the power of trying on meditation. The more we can connect to that essence of us or consciousness, the more we can become like, and the more we are focusing on it, we can sort of like when we watch TV, kind of black out everything that is happening. We need to learn to do that with the connection with our consciousness, which is the divine spark within us. And as you do that, you're going to be more and more aware of what you hear, then they start to say. What is your voice? How do you express the priestess, the guide inside of you? And but before you do that, you see, this is what I was talking. There's multitasking, which means you need to take care of yourself. You need to make always sure that you replenish. Like you said, if there is a moment that you realize you are pulling too many directions, you need to take a retreat of a few days with yourself, whether inside your home or outside, and saying, okay, now I need to block everybody. So for us, women, many times is very difficult because we feel that we carry on our shoulder so many people, so many things, and the world rests on our shoulder. But when it becomes too much, suddenly everything and everybody collapse. So it's not selfish; it's actually selfless when you realize, okay, I need to make sure that I'm in the right place and that I can turn in. So yes, it is eventually, you know, I always tell people there's nothing really new under the sun. It's always the same messages. Is the idea, we talk about yin and yang and balancing. In the teaching of Kabbalah, we talk about the three column system, which is also exists in yin and yang, but is more hidden and is really about balancing the right, the left, and the central column. And standing into that middle place because we are constantly pulling so many directions. So, like I said, otherwise this stone is something that you can use. Calcite, as the yellows, many times is used for the solar plexus, and it's telling me that it's for you to connect with your willpower, and but in a humility way, because sometimes we are so much in touch that we have a lot of power, we don't pace ourselves, and we think we can do much more. And so the teaching underlying is, remember, you're only channeling this energy. So if you're channeling too much and you're not recharging, you end up being burned, the one to be burned. Okay, so yes, to being busy, but remembering, that you need to make sure, you do your oil change.
Right.
Okay. So, any other question you would like to ask me, Christina? I see there's some people in the room, so which is nice. But not many, I know for myself the people that are connected with that following me, they are more on the shy side because I guess they come from a different type of world, even though some people are very spiritual. So don't see many of my people coming live, maybe message here. But yeah, it is nice to see and to be able to speak with some people that just know it's a safe space. It's nice to show people also that being spiritual doesn't have to be scary, or we are normal people and just trying.
Right.
Yeah, we're just trying to show, what we are. Each one of us are made of, energy of love and spirituality, and trying to bring some kindness around. So yeah, if you want to go for one, I'll go with this one because anyway, let me see an affirmation for you tonight. Okay, there we go. Whatever you do, remember that is more than enough. So don't judge that you're not doing enough. The opposite, remind yourself, I did, I did more than even was what expected from me.
Okay.
Okay, Christina, that sounds
Yeah.
good. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Makes things fun for me as well. So thank you.
Yeah. You did a wonderful job. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
You're welcome. You have a great evening, and enjoy whatever it is that happening for you this summer.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Bye then.
Bye bye.
All right. Well, that was fantastic. I have Odessa here. Uh, I'm just going to post that. Hello, wonderful information. Thank you, Odessa. You are more than welcome if you want to come or just post a question. I can also do that in distance. I have Chandra. Hi, Chandra. So let's continue into that topic about being in a position that we don't know anymore what we're supposed to do. And many times we fall into the category about trying to receive the right guidance. But like I said, like we are talking, if we try to find the answer at the level of the voices within us, who's talking? And how can you trust it? And so I was reading this book that shares a story that is very significant because those voices inside our head, they they always have something to say about everything. And I'm sorry again. All right. And like I said, sometimes it's very difficult to recognize where is it coming from. So there was this story that was shared, which everybody can relate to. So there was this young girl that has been dating someone, for quite some time. And it was the day of their anniversary. And for whatever reason, didn't receive a phone call. And suddenly the voice is saying, I dare, doesn't call me, are you sure he's the one? Why are you wasting your time? And see, it didn't even let you know if there is anything that's gonna happen, didn't call you all day. And and eventually you bring the idea from the past. Well, you remember last time he did this and that, and suddenly you have a whole fight into your mind. And all kind of ideas are crossing your brain from, when he's going to call, I'm going to call him off, or I'm not even going to answer the phone. I'm going to send him a text message and saying things is over. You get the picture, right? Eventually, boyfriend come knock at the door and he's all dressed and he has a package, is a dress that he offer and he booked a beautiful restaurant and he's about to propose to her. Guess what would have happened if she had sent the message and broke up? Well, we know in some movies, maybe, the guy is gonna go and get the moon and say, no, don't give up on me. But we know in reality that might go a little bit differently. So how can we relay really into the voice inside? Is not always, you know, done deal that is going to be the right messages. So then many times what people do, they ask for sign from outside. They ask the divine to guide us. And now the reason why I wanted to talk about this, as I mentioned in the past, my my background as being born into an Orthodox Jewish home with a dad that was a rabbi, and the spirituality where we take a lot of information as well as guidance is the teaching of the Torah, the Bible, and the teaching of what we call the secrets of Kabbalah. And in this philosophy, we realize that to get messages, again, how do you know what the messages are here for? How do we know that they come really to tell us to go or to push us to overcome a challenges? And it was really interesting because this week, the portion of the Bible that we read on the Saturday morning at temple is called the portion of Balak, which was a very famous king that was eager to control the old world and had contacted for that the help of the most proficient sorcerer of the time called Bilam. So we know that Bilam was very high spiritually, even though he used his power for selfish reason or negative scheme. However, God, when He had asked, is it okay to do this curse? Is it aligned with a vision of cursing the people that are in the desert, the Israelites? He received a message no. However, he was convinced that he was no, not completely, and for whatever reason, he had a doubt that he was a complete no, but maybe a no, maybe. So you need to find, like the plan B. So he decided to keep pushing. And there is this sequence that talked about him on his way, being on his donkey, and an angel trying to stop him 3 times. And the donkey could see the angel trying to stop him. But him, even though he was so elevated and so powerful, couldn't see it. And this is many times what's happened. We do get messages, but for whatever reason, sometimes we don't follow them, or sometimes we are not sure where those messages are trying to tell to us. And so for me, that was this idea. From this morning until this evening, I went through many questions. Should I come live, not come live? And there was different reason for that. And the secret that you realize is at some point when you don't have an answer, you just need to chill. You need to remain quiet. You need to busy yourself doing other things. So I was very blessed today. I had a wonderful reading with someone, and there's this moment where you know that you've been just channeling the right words and the right messages for people. And then you realize, what do you want to come live? What is the real reason? And the real reason for me is always, and people that are familiar with my work, the number one reason why I do all this is for service, is because I feel this is really what I was called to do. Is not, there's many other things that one can do, if it's to be successful or to take advantage. It has to come from a place, that really you realize that there is a bigger picture. And so I was saying to myself, uh, I know Kristen didn't come Monday night. I don't know if tomorrow they're going to do a show or not. I don't know exactly what's happening right now because, like I said, it's summertime and things, are a bit different. But I felt, even if I come and I speak with one person, or like I see a few people are here listening and watching, maybe I did something that will matter. Maybe eventually it will make the balance, what we call the critical mass toward the light being stronger. So it wasn't without challenges, I have to say. Different things happened for myself telling me, oh yeah, after all, maybe. But ultimately, and this is supposed to be the ultimate guideline, when we are not sure if we go right or we go left, first we take a pause. First, we try to allow time to guide us. And if it doesn't happen, we can ask ourselves truly, you know, what's going to happen? What's going to be the ultimate goal of me doing this or not? And when there is even a spark of something that is positive, that really eventually you realize is not for selfish reason, is really for the idea that is going to benefit, then you can go. Because what the worst could happen, even if it wasn't meant to, you realize, that you come back, you learn something, you keep on growing, and there's no reason to be concerned. Like I said, if the intention is in the right place, things will turn out right. So, okay, I see Maria is here and saying love. Thank you, Maria. I miss you. Uh, Paula is here also. Fantastic. And yes, Chandra. So that was really the thought for today. Uh, I wish there will be some of you coming again. And next time, like I said, I think I'm going to play it by ear each week, trying still to manage, this summer with children and trying to keep everybody happy and busy. But hey, hi, Paola. How you doing, my love? So, and like I said, I always was saying, I don't like so much to talk about myself, and I'm definitely not a business person. But I always believe, that the best invitation card that I can have is people that knows me, people that get to know me, and really what they felt. That can be the best way to be introduced to other people. To know that we live a time that I really believe that the solution is into having an awakening, a spiritual awaken, to become awakened, that life is not merely about what we get from life. uh, I don't know, being married, having children, if it's what we want, being successful, being a billionaire, but it's really about working on that journey of the soul to reveal who we truly are. So like I say, if any of you out here tonight feel inclined to delve a little bit deeper in your own journey, in your own soul, I would be more than happy to facilitate. If you ever think of someone that could use help, you never know, you can mention, because really it's like planting seed. I had many stories in the past of people, maybe they were not ready at that moment, but he planted the seed for something later on. So just to remember, that no light within, no light shed, go unnoticed, and it's just adding up, and create a ripple effect in the future and a positive change for all of us. So unless somebody else decide to come tonight or ask for guidance, I gonna call it a wrap. And yeah, so we keep it on the short side, but I think it was lovely. It was my pleasure for me to be here and serve. And wish you all, a beautiful evening. Always full with love and light. Remember to like my page at I See by Ilanit if you haven't yet. And also just to remind people that I have a book published on on Amazon. Let me just show you that. It's called Kids Do, because like I was told by the inspiration that came to me is the kid inside of us that can do it, that can bring this change, that can bring love and light into the world. So I want to thank you all, wishing you a good evening, and I will see you around. Good night then. Here we go.